Hello and welcome to Artsy Alley's Draw and Paint Time. Today we're going to be painting a cute little Easter chick or springtime chick with some Easter eggs around it and a whimsical little scene and a whimsical little chick. So let's begin. The supplies that we're going to need is paper towel or cloth, a cup of water, and 3 paintbrushes, a large, a flat brush, medium to small, and a small round brush. So the paint colors we're going to be using today are blue, green, orange, yellow, white, black, and pink. And if you don't have these certain colors, that's okay. Make it your own. There are no mistakes in art. You want it to be as unique as you are. So we're going to begin with our backgrounds, and let me just move that real quick. Perfect. Okay, so let's start with, usually I start with the sky, but I think today I'm going to start with the grass area. And I'm going to make a nice whimsical with my green paint and my large paintbrush. Just go ahead and spread it on your canvas. And you are able to use any size canvas or canvas paper or cardboard or anything you have to paint on. Also, another thing that I like to use while painting is a spray bottle, and just spritz some water. I'm going to lightly give my canvas one spray, and if your paints seem to dry out a little bit along the way, you can go ahead and spray that as well. So just go ahead and fill in your landscape area here. Little paint bristle there. You just want to use as much paint as you need to fill in that background on your canvas. A little bit of paint goes a long way. And just gliding it on, giving it a little pressure. Just doing nice brush strokes back and forth, blending it into my canvas here. Perfect. Now you want to go ahead and rinse off your paintbrush. Let's go ahead and fix that. Dry your bristles. I'm not sure if we're going to use the, actually we are going to use the large paintbrush again for our background for our sky. So now I'm going to go ahead, it's nice and clean and dried, and now I'm going to use my blue paint and fill in my sky. So let's see, I think I'm going to just lightly glide that pretty blue. I like to do little X's to get that filled in nicely. This is going to be just a pretty blue sky. Don't forget to use both sides of your paintbrush. Go right down to my grassy area. I'm on a little section there. Instead of laying my paintbrush flat, sometimes I'll just put it right on its side, just to fill in little nooks and crannies. When you give your paintbrush a lot of pressure, it spreads more. If you give it a light pressure, it does not spread as much. So when you have a large area to cover like this, don't be afraid. Press that paintbrush down. On the side here, just gliding right up to my grassy area. Perfect. Now I'm just going to tap into a little bit of my white, and now a little bit of blue, and let's give some movement to our sky. Just giving it little nice crisscrosses here. Staying nice and vertical, just giving a little bit more lightness, a little bit of clouds. A nice little fogginess here. A little bit of blue. I'm just streaking that right down. Okay, now go ahead and let that dry, and we'll be ready for the next part. See you in a bit. Okay. So now we're ready to draw in our chick, and we're going to just use some white acrylic paint and our small paintbrush. And let's go ahead and wiggle that paint around. Just get enough on there that I can draw. So I'm going to put a reference point right about here. And another one here. And this is going to be the chick's head area. So I'm just going to go around, make a nice squiggly, just wiggle my paintbrush back and forth. And another one this way. Kind of like ovally. And yours can be rounder than mine, bigger than mine, smaller than mine, however you see your baby chick head being here. Perfect. And then I want the bottom of the body to be right around here. So I'm going to just make a little reference point. Maybe I want it a little bit wider than the head, so I'll make 2 more reference points on the side of the face and just going a little bit out of it. And the same type of line, I'm just going to go ahead, and doesn't have to be completely straight, just giving it a nice little rounded, wiggled, curved line. Start on this side. Can be a fluffy chick, and I'm just going to connect here. All right. Now we can go ahead and rinse off that paintbrush. And actually, you could go ahead and go right into the white paint again. Let's go ahead and just draw in just like little stick figures for now. We're going to just draw in the cute little legs here. Make it a nice thick legs. We'll add in all our detail after. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and do some little toes. Give them little curves. Great, now we have our basic outline of our chick. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more paint, and I'm going to go ahead and also draw in probably about 3 Easter eggs, but you can draw in as many as you like. I'm just going to make some ovals, one here in the background, go to a little bit touching the sky and a little bit on the grass. I'm just going to paint it in white while we're here. And remember, you can pause this video at any time and We all like to work at our own pace as artists. And I think I'll do another one right around here. And I'll just go ahead and fill that in with white. And let's see, let's do one right around here. Nice big Easter egg. Spread that all out. Then you can decorate your eggs any way you like afterwards. We can put in some cute designs. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and rinse off my little paintbrush. Let me go ahead and fix that there. Now I'm going to go over my flat brush and I'm going to go in with my yellow, give it a little wiggle, spread that around. I'm going to pick up a little bit of white and I'm just going to go in and start filling that in. All on the inside, filling that all around. Grab a little white, a little yellow, and just fan it in. Oh my goodness, coming together already. So cute. Oh, I'm really loving this color yellow. Grab some white and some yellow, and now I'm going to go ahead and fill in the body as well. Same thing, I'm just giving my paintbrush some pressure and fanning it out towards our white lines that we made. The white outline. So vibrant and pretty this yellow is. I'm just going to go a little bit under that line onto the leg. Just give it a little swoosh there and fan it back up. So cute. Pick up a little yellow and white at the same time. I love that, picking up the paint at the same time, because it works as shading and highlighting for your cute little fluffy feathers. And just fan that right out. See how I'm just kind of placing my brush on the canvas, giving it some pressure. And I'm also working in the curvature of the feathers. So see how I'm fanning it out this way, fanning it out this way. Little white, little yellow. He's already looking pretty fluffy. Oh, got a little schmink on it. Probably should find out the name of these words. And just fanning it out. And just working my way down. I want to go ahead and see, I'm just dragging some of that towards the legs. A little bit of white, a little bit of yellow. Doesn't have to be a perfect shape. Just go ahead and work at it until you like the way that it's looking. Okay, Gonna go ahead and just look and make sure you've filled in all the nooks and crannies, but we're going to be going over with other layers as well. Oh my goodness, so cute. So we'll let that dry a little bit, and we'll go ahead and work on the beak and the legs. So I am going to take my small paintbrush again, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of white and a little bit of orange, give that a little wiggle there, and just paint in the legs. Right down to the cute toes. Can fan it out on the edge going into the feathers. See how I just do that? Just start here and just fan it up into that yellow. How nice that blends in. And do the same on the other leg. Paint that orange. Fan it out to the toes. Crookedy-o toes. Well, young toes for this little chick here, this baby chick. Now I'm just going to go ahead and fan it up into the feathers. Okay, perfect. How do you know when it's ready? When you are happy with the way that it looks. Maybe I'll just do a few more here. Take a step back and just look at your chick, what you got going on so far. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and use that orange for the beak. A little bit of white, a little bit of orange, mix that together. I don't want to put too much paint on there, so I'm just going to roll my paintbrush a little bit just so there's enough that I can control. You always want to be able to control your paint. So I'm going to make a little reference point right around here and make a little curve and then down to a V and just paint that in. Super cute. And we're going to make this little chick have some really cool funny eyes. Nice whimsical looking chick. So let's go into our white paint. Let's make some nice big circles. Yours can be bigger than mine or smaller than mine. It's your whimsical chick. I can't wait to see what you all create. And just fill them in. And we'll be giving that another coat as well. Great. So I think we had enough time for our yellow to dry as we were working on the eyes and the orange parts. So let's go in. Let's get our medium flat brush. And let's go ahead and pick up a little bit of yellow and a little bit of white. Mix that together nice. I'm going to make it a little lighter than the yellow that we previously put down. Okay. And also I want it just to be a little wet, so I'm just going to spray that area because I want this to be nice and loose. So just give it a little spritzer of water. If you don't have a spritzer bottle or a spray bottle, just go ahead and tap it in some clear water and you'll get the same effect as well. So I'm going to start at the chest area, and I'm just going to do little tiny, see how it's coming out? You don't want to overlap each other. You can a little bit, but just going out from underneath the head and out to the sides. Tap and glide. Make them nice and fluffy. So just curving this in a kind of like this type of motion. So that way his belly will really be standing out. So so if I took my white paint and just made like that, you can work your way around that section. Yeah, that should work. Just go ahead and have fun with it. Fluff out those feathers. From that chest area all the way down. And that is looking like a fluffy chick. Remember, you can pause anytime if you want to take more time fluffing out your little chick area. I'm going to use this color and go all the way around now. Put a few on the head area. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Little crazy chicken. There's no mistakes in arts. All your art is so unique, just like you. So now on the middle area here, I want to go in with more white and just a tad, just a little bit of yellow, not much at all. Just so it's not pure white. Let's see, we want to make it lighter than the one we just made. Perfect. We're going to just do the same thing on that inside area. Go ahead and make sporadic brush strokes. You want to make sure your paint is nice and loose in there. Now I'm just going to just lightly tap right in the center. Just tap it out. Super, super adorable chick. Great. Now I'm going to go ahead and wash that paintbrush off and dry it. And I'm just going to pick up the pure white again and give it another coat on my eyes. Nice big googly eyes here. And remember, they can be bigger than mine or smaller than mine. Be nice and unique. Okay, I think at this point you could go ahead and get your hair dryer or let it air dry, pause the video, and I will meet you back here in a few minutes. Okay, so now that's dried up a little bit, let's go ahead and we're going to mix with our small paintbrush. We're going to take a little bit of the green paint in a clear area and a little touch of black. Let's mix that together so that way it'll lighten up our black a little bit. We want to make some nice little lines on his feet and on the beak and around the eyes. Maybe a little bit more green. All right, I think that color should be great. Little muddy green color. So let's go to the legs first, and I'm just going to make some little lines so you could see the little wrinkles in the leg area all the way down to where the toes are. Maybe put a touch more darkness in there. Oh, that's perfect. I want to see it, but I don't want it to be so dark. I want to see those little bit of lines. Cute. Now I'm going to go ahead and make some toes. Make the toes really stand out. Toes or talons, I'm not really sure what they're called. I'm sure you do. Let me know in the comments what they're called. I'll start on the toes on this side. Make my lines. Just enough paint on there that I can control. I'm just gonna outline on the insides here, around that top part of the leg. This is really causing a shadow there. And on the inside here, in between the toes. Just pick up a little bit of paint as needed. Take a look at it. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more black paint, mix it in, and I'm going to go ahead and make a line. Swoosh. Nice curved line on each eye. Oh my goodness, it looks so cute even just like that. Perfect. On the top part of the beak here. Get some black and make my two little beak holes. Get some black paint, and I'm going to go and make some nice round circles here. Super fun chick. I'm going to go ahead and just go over that line again. I want it to come out a little bit from the edges of my white circles that I made. Okay, and I'm just going to smooth out my eye and see if I have to. Oh, he's cute. Okay, so let's go ahead and let that dry up a little bit. I'm going to wash off that paintbrush, and I'm going to go ahead and decorate the eggs now. So with my little paintbrush, let's see, you can paint your eggs any color you like. I'm going to go ahead and take some of this white and blue and mix it together. And I'm just going to fill in the egg. I loved painting Easter eggs when I was younger. I probably still do. Just go ahead and fill those right in. And maybe I'll make one of the Easter eggs pink. Pick up some pink paint here. And let's see, I think I will do this one in the background all pink. Be creative with your eggs. Color them in, put designs on them. You don't have to use the colors that we have on our palette today. You can go ahead and use whatever color you like. Oh, that's a nice pretty pink. And I think on this white one, I'm actually just going to fill it in again with the white, and then I'm just going to paint designs on it with the pink and blue. Let me just smooth out my egg here. Well, I have that white paint on there too. I'm going to go over the top part of my eye. Really make that stand out more. Pure white paint. Right over it. Just enough on my brush to control. So cute. My eyes are still drying, so I'll put it in the pupil after. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do a nice little swoosh on the beak area too. Give it a little highlight there. Okay, so on my pink egg, I'm going to go ahead with the white paint, and I'm just going to make some circles, some little polka dots there. So fun. And my blue egg, let's see, maybe I'll do some chevron stripes. Let's try with the white how I like it. I'm just going to make zigzags. If your eggs aren't dry, go ahead and wait till they are. Perfect. Then I think I'll do some black polka dots on my blue egg. Bring some darkness down towards the bottom. Really keep your eye moving, giving your painting so much movement. Oh, I'm really liking that. Cute. Let's see. What should I do for my white egg? I am going to do some pink, a pink chevron stripe, and another pink chevron stripe, like a zigzag, and I'm going to do some blue as well. And maybe I'll do some black polka dots on this one as well. Just a few. Oh, that looks really neat. Then I'll just do a few little black polka dots on my pink egg. Nice. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wash off my bristles there, and I'm going to go back with my medium paintbrush, my flat brush here, and I am going to just give it a little spritz of water, and I am going to go into my white paint with a little bit of yellow. I'm just going to go over that chest area again, right over the front. Give it a nice little fluffiness. So if you thought about a line in the middle, I'm just going to go and drag some of that white paint I raised chickens a couple times in my life for eggs, and they change colors and grow so fast. I'm gonna put a little bit going up that way. Bring up some brightness just with your white. A few little feather strokes. And you could keep doing that until you feel like it's fluffy enough. Now I'm going to take my little paintbrush and let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm going to take my little one. I'm going to do the same thing just on the edges. Just a few. Sporadically, just coming right off of the yellow. Giving it some dimension there. Just a few coming out from the edges of his body. I feel like he needs another one over here. And you can even add more yellow if you like. Whatever you feel like it needs. If you added too much yellow, add more white. If you added too much white, add a little bit of yellow. Okay, and now I think the dark part of my eye is dry enough where I can put a little dot in each one. So sweet. now I'm going to go in my yellow and just add a little, just give it a little spritz there. Make it nice and loose. Very, very little spritz. Just going in and fanning in some nice shadows here. Underneath the eye, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little swoosh of yellow. Little swoosh on both sides there. And just fan it out. And a few little yellow feathers, little tufts of feathers. So nice. Just that dark yellow now, just adding in a little bit of contrast, softening up the feathers a little bit more. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to go in with that green that we made with the black mixture here. Give it a little wiggle. And I'm going to give it a nice shading underneath the feet. Oops, I must have dropped a little paint there. It happens. I'll just fill that in with some green. And we're making a shadow underneath. Not all the way up, but just right around the feet area. And as that shadow dries, it's going to look amazing. And really make your chick pop out. If it gets too dark, just add a little green. You just want a nice subtle shadow here. See, I'm just wiggling my brush back and forth. I'm not bending the bristles, I'm just wiggling back and forth here. I feel like I need a good one right here. There we go. Underneath this Easter egg here, you could put in a little shadow. Right under the pink Easter egg. Right around there. Really make those stand out. So nice. Take a look back. I think I'm going to do a little dry brushing after this last Easter egg. Let me go ahead and make this shadow here. Yeah, I think that would be great and really make everything pop. Before I do that, I need to just go ahead and brush up on my eye with pure white paint. I just want to smooth that out a little bit more. His cute googly big eyes. I can go right around the black with my white paint just to smooth everything out. Perfect. right under here. Okay, now we are going to do some dark dry brushing. So I want to use my flat paintbrush. I'm just going to tap it into the paint and tap it on my cloth so it's very, very light. I want to make a nice shadow underneath the face and underneath the beak. I think it'll really pop out, and maybe even a little bit under the eyes. So let's start here under the face. A little bit less paint. You don't want much paint on there at all. See, I'm just wiggling my brush back and forth underneath that head area, into the body, under the beak, and just fan it out. Very little paint. And I'll just add a little bit of yellow because I want it a little bit lighter than that. And that will work as a great shading tool for us. So I'm just going to fan out that yellow. Oh my goodness. Happy accidents. And as that dries, it's going to turn into a wonderful shading for you and me. Great. And now I'm going to do that dry brushing again. Make sure there's very little paint on my bristles there. I just want to go under the beak, just with the corner of my bristles with my paintbrush. See how I really made the beak pop out more for us. And I'm going to do the same thing under the eye, under that white part of the eye. Very little paint on there at all. To really make those eyes pop. How lovely! A little bit more on that one. There we go. On the inside of the eye, you can do it a little bit. Add your shadow there as well. Not at the top of the eye, but just kind of like a U shape. I'm going to go ahead and wash my bristles off. I'm going to go into my yellow and my white paint again and just fluff out the feathers under that shadow. And a little bit of yellow. So cute. Now I'm going to just tap right into the orange, and I'm going to go over the whole beak again. I really want that to shine. Sometimes orange beak is like a translucent color, so adding another coat on that as well. Very nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and let that dry up a bit, and so I will be right back. Everything dry up a little bit. What I like to do next is start with the white paint. And I am going to go around my white Easter egg just to give it a nice darkness there. Make it really pop out. Right on the top. We'll do it right on this top area and see how that stands out. Oh, that's great. All right, I'm going to wipe that off my paintbrush, and I am going to go with the pink now and do the same thing on the outer corner here at the top. I'm just going to go right over it. Actually, I'm going to go right around the whole thing. And then I'm going to take a little bit of white and a little bit of pink to make a lighter pink. And then that would be a great highlight for the top of that egg. Let's see how that works out. Perfect. Now that really makes it pop. I was just looking for a little bit more pop there. Great. I'm going to go ahead and rinse that off. And go with my white again and go right around the bottom as well. Nice. And now I can go into my blue paint, and at the bottom with the regular dark blue, make sure your egg is all nice and dry for this step. And then I'm going to mix a little white with the blue just so it's a little lighter and give it a nice pop of a highlight at the top. Just a little bit more white. Give it a little shine. Okay. And now you can go ahead and add little blades of grass around, and that will be our last step. So I'm going to take a little tap with my paintbrush into my green paint and right into my white. Let's go ahead and mix those two colors, green and white, and I'm just going to flare up, a little bit more green. Flare up some blades of grass here. Just a few sporadic blades of grass. A little bit of green. I think I'm going to do a little bit more green in there. I might have watered it down a little too much over the... Oh, much better. Okay. Green and white, and just let it flare. Go right in front of your eggs. If you feel like you need more white in there, go ahead and add some white. If you feel like you want more green, you can even use some yellow, and that would be some pretty blades of grass too. Giving your painting so much dimension. And also added some yellow towards the bottom of the paint and looks great as well. Brings it all together. Little green, little yellow. Little white. Fun little paint strokes. Oops, forgot I had redid the little color on the egg, but that's okay. Acrylic paint works great to cover up anything that you want to. That really filled it all together now. Just very lightly in the back. You could do very light. You can even take some of that green and black that we had mixed together before and put some of those blades of grass in the back that are darker. And if you want to add a few white clouds, you could to it, but I like mine just the way it is, so I am going to leave it like that. But if you wanted to put some fluffy clouds in the background, you could. And I am going to sign my painting now. I think I'm actually going to sign it in orange. And I'm just going to write artsy, and you can sign your painting on the front or you can sign it on the back, wherever you like. Let's give it one last look. Now actually take a little dot of the white and just put it on the beak. A little swoosh. Give it some highlight there. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next painting. Bye!